Hey, friend, welcome back. As always, I'm your host, Brian Davis, co-founder of Spark Rental. I'm on this journey with you to reach financial independence. We get together with an entire investment club of investors every month. We vet deals together, we go in on them together as a club, and we bring in outside experts all the time in our investment club to speak about real estate topics, investment topics, tax strategies, all of the above. And we get to bring some of those experts into our podcast as well to have really quick precise conversations with you guys in just a few minutes to cover a specific topic. So today we've brought in Sharon Hayut. She's the managing director of Magnus Financial. And I wanted to talk to Sharon today about strategies for creating generational wealth because so many of us, it's not just about financial independence. It's not just about retirement, early or otherwise. It's also about creating a legacy to leave behind for your children, your grandchildren, and create a ripple effect through the generations. So, Sharon, I wanted to hear some of your experiences, some of your thoughts on how we can create generational wealth.
Great. Thanks for having me, Brian. Generational wealth, I think, is like everyone's ultimate goal, right? To be able to like leave your family or your kids something that a lasting legacy. And it's been, something we work and we strive to do for many of our clients and friends, for that matter. So yeah, I think it's a great topic to sort of talk about, and some of the strategies that go along with it. We can dive right into. So I think the first step to creating generational wealth is really to start with some sort of plan, on what asset size or what you want to leave, because you need to sort of come up with the what before you can come up with the how.
Yeah, you
So
need a roadmap no matter where
yeah,
you want to go, right?
exactly. And some people, they want to, for example, leave a real estate property. Some people want to leave just a lot of money. Some people want to leave a company, a business, a family business. So there are really different things that you can leave that all sort of equate to this generational wealth. So we always say, like, let's create that roadmap and come up with a strategy, of what you want to leave and how we can do it most tax efficient, because that's definitely a huge part of generational wealth, is thinking of through the tax strategies. Um, and they're different assets like houses, real estate, collectibles, metals, gaming, family businesses, different things like that. So our first thing is really to just look at, paying yourself first and paying off debts, right? So the first step in creating that, once you've sort of identified the what, is the how. So like, you want to make sure you're starting to pay yourself first, or buying that property, or investing in that business, whatever the asset is that you want to leave. Um, we always talk about diversifying. It's important to have like a variety of things for generational wealth. So, um, one strategy is to use like an insurance policy, for generational wealth, where you can accumulate some cash value within the wrapper. Another one is that we like to do is to actually get insurance on children when they're really young. It just amplifies the amount of money that and time that it has to grow within that wrapper.
You're talking about
Um,
a whole life insurance policy, maybe following like the infinite banking strategy, or are you talking about something else?
yeah, exactly. The infinite banking strategy. So that sort of gives you time to like grow and all of that great stuff. Some families like to do like charitable foundations or endowments. So we work with that on structuring some of that. There's also intellectual property. There's just different areas. So like every strategy begins with a roadmap, the identifying the assets you want to leave, and then creating the different mechanisms to hold those assets, whether they're family LLCs, trusts, different things like that. We pay off debts, buying a house, sharing your wisdom with your family, making sure you're having conversations with them. Um, with with a lot of wealth comes a lot of responsibility, we like to say. So making sure your younger generation is educated, and is aware of the amount of money they have. Um, a lot of people shy away from talking to children about money, but I think it's really important that we educate the younger generation and make sure they're aware of, their responsibility as part of a group. One of the strategies we do with our ultra high net worth families, which I find really interesting, is we use like a DAF, which is like a donor advised fund. And we have the parents decide a dollar amount that they're going to contribute to the DAF. And then we have their kids come and present presentations to us as to what charities they'd like to donate to and why. And it sort of creates a unified family front. The kids learn a little bit about some of the money they have. They learn about giving. It becomes intentional. So all of those great strategies to sort of help with the financial literacy of the next generation, which is very important in building this generational wealth. Because most second generations, when they get large sums of money, sort of just spend them.
Yeah. So Sharon, there's a famous study that, I feel like everyone has heard that, 70% of decamillionaire families are, they've lost the money by the second generation. 90% of those families have lost it by the third generation, which speaks to your point about teaching kids financial literacy. Because even among wealthy families, many of them don't pass those lessons along. So, I love your example of using a DAF to help involve the kids and start teaching them about money. What are some of your other tips for wealthier families to make sure that they pass on not just money, but also that knowledge, that financial literacy, wealth literacy to their children, their grandchildren, and making sure that that also passes along through the generations?
We we incorporate a lot of educational planning with these wealthier families. So another tip, another exercise we do with some of the children, or we play like a stock game where we ask them, to identify 3 or 4 stocks they'd like to buy in their portfolios and why. And we sort of talk about, buy what you know. So looking for ideas like, many of the children will buy Apple stock or like a Disney stock. A lot of them buy Nike recently. They all love the Jordan. So sort of talking to them about buying what you know, talking to them about brands, getting them educated on what a stock is versus what a bond is, and why they may want to buy like Apple stock or Disney stock or any of these. But we start, the first part of it is really to talk to them about like, hey, you guys are, the spending generation. You guys are younger. Like, what are you buying? Why are you buying? And why what you buy may or may not be a good investment. And then so we educate them on that. And we will actually go in many of these cases and create like a small stock account for them, allow them to sort of manage and watch the growth of those accounts over time. And if they're siblings, so if you have more than one child, sometimes we'll do like a competition between the kids to see who wins. And the ultimate prize might be like a dinner at their favorite restaurant or something like that with their parents. And so it's really about getting them involved in some of the decision making and the purchasing and then the educating them around that.
I love that. Yeah, I love making it a competition, making it a game, getting kids thinking and talking about investing. Yeah, in the real estate world, a lot of parents will buy the cash flow game by Robert Kiyosaki to play with their kids. And yeah, it's great to get kids thinking in that framework from an early age. So I love all of that. Sharon, in 30 seconds or less, how do you help people and how can people connect with you if they want to take you up on that help?
I am a senior managing director at Magnus Financial, and we are your personal CFO. We are in New York City. You can visit us at www.magnusfinancial.com and hit the contact us now button.
Awesome. Well, guys, if you enjoy these quick conversations that we have with different financial experts, please rate, review the show. Makes a world of difference to us. And with that said, we will catch you next time. Bye now. Wondering how private equity real estate investing works? We get it. A lot of investors are put off by phrases like private equity or real estate syndication, but these completely passive investments are actually a lot easier than buying properties directly, buying properties yourself in your own name. So we offer a free 40-minute class called Hack the Rich, 7 Secrets We've Learned from Private Equity Real Estate. There's not even a sales pitch at the end. We'll show you how to invest in these on your own without any help from us. So go to sparkrental.com/hack to take the free class. And we can't wait to chat about your questions.